Emily was exhausted. She had just finished another late shift at the diner and wanted nothing more than a shower and a warm bed. The house was quiet, almost too quiet, the kind of silence that pressed against your ears until you became hyper-aware of every creak and hum. The only sound she could hear was the faint drip of the bathroom faucet. She flicked on the bathroom light. The fluorescent bulb buzzed before flickering to life, washing the white-tiled room in a cold, sterile glow. Steam soon filled the air as the shower hissed to life, coating the mirror in a hazy film. To Emily, it was comforting. This was her nightly routine. Nothing unusual, nothing wrong. Emily reached out with her hand, dragging her palm across the mirror to clear the fog. At first, everything seemed normal, but then she noticed something odd. Her reflection wasn't quite in sync. When she moved, it lagged by the tiniest fraction of a second, just long enough for her stomach to tighten. Emily leaned closer, squinting at her reflection. Her lips were still and straight, but in the mirror, her reflection's mouth curled upward into a grin. Slow, creeping, too wide. She stumbled back, her heart pounding, whispering to herself that she must just be tired, just seeing things. But the reflection kept smiling. The reflection tilted its head to the side. Emily didn't move. Her arms were glued to her sides, trembling, but the reflection's hand rose slowly and pressed flat against the inside of the glass. The sound of fingernails scratching across the mirror echoed through the bathroom, sharp and deliberate. Emily ran from the bathroom, slamming the door behind her, but the sound didn't stop. Tap, tap, tap. It followed her down the hallway, soft at first, then louder, closer. She realized with horror that it wasn't coming from behind her anymore. It was coming from every mirror she passed. She stumbled into the living room, gasping for air. But even here, the television screen reflected her image. It smiled back at her. The dark glass of the picture frames lining the shelves did the same. Every reflective surface in the room showed her face twisted into that same impossible grin. Emily backed away, her eyes darting from one reflection to the next. The tapping grew louder, as if 100 hands were pounding to break free. Then, in unison, every reflection leaned forward against the glass. Her smiling doubles whispered words she couldn't hear, lips moving in perfect unison, until, crack. A thin fracture appeared across the mirror on the far wall. The glass splintered. Emily screamed as the reflections reached for her. And then, silence. When her neighbors came by the next morning, the house was empty. No sign of struggle. Just one thing left behind. Every mirror in the house was cracked, each one holding the faint outline of a smiling face on the inside. To this day, no one knows what happened to Emily. But locals say if you walk past her old house at night, you might see a flickering light in the upstairs bathroom. And if you're unlucky enough to look into the window, you'll find her waiting, smiling. Thank you for watching. If you found this story chilling, subscribe for real-life horrors and mysteries. The truth is out there, waiting to be uncovered.